I came across this clip from comedian Rob Schneider at a recent Turning Point USA event on Instagram today, and I wanted to share it with you because I believe that it's inspiring. And it's certainly inspired me to share a little bit of my personal story with you as my listeners and my audience. But before I do, I want you to listen to Rob and his words of encouragement to young people. Take a listen to this.
Have children. A family is the one empire anyone in this room can found. You want to bend the future to your will? Make some of it. Build the thing, start the company, learn the trade, plant the trees whose shade you'll never sit under. And when they tell you the system's too big, that the institutions are too powerful, that you can't, listen to me. There is no system. There are only people. And most of the people guarding these institutions stopped believing in them years ago. They're tired. They're propping up something hollow, praying nobody pushes. An institution nobody believes in anymore is a dead tree. It looks enormous. It looks unbreakable. And it comes down with one good push from one person who actually means it. Nobody vetted David. Nobody gave him permission. There was just a giant that everybody agreed was too big to beat. And one kid who looked at that same giant and thought, he's so big, I can't miss. God didn't give Moses Google Maps. He gave him a wilderness. 250 years ago, a handful of people your age looked at the most powerful empire the world had ever known and decided to build something better. They were not ready either. They did it anyway.
Now, some of you may not know, but I was born with cerebral palsy, and because of that, I'm in a wheelchair. I was placed on the welfare system at the age of 18. I do not hold it against my parents. They believe that I was dealt an unfair hand in this life, and they're trying to do their best that they could at the time to help me. But also, my friends, I was raised not to see myself as a victim, but to take every opportunity that God has given me to better myself. And the fact that I have value to put out in the world, to hopefully make this world and this country a better place, is in line with the values that I was raised with. And it's certainly in line with what I believe as a Christian and as an American. Now, some of you may think, well, Caleb, you were born with CP. Why are you railing against government welfare? You're on it, for God's sake. Well, that's part of the reason I'm railing against it. I know firsthand how ineffective government welfare is. I know that no matter what the do-gooders tell you, that it keeps people like myself back from trying to achieve greatness. They will punish you for trying to better yourself. In fact, I do not believe that everyone who advocates for the welfare system has evil intentions. But if you study the history of the welfare system, as I have, you will know that early American progressives put it into place to keep people like myself from procreating and from advancing in life. Yes, what you heard just now is the truth. If you don't believe me, go study Woodrow Wilson. Go study an individual in his administration by the name of Royal Meeker, who said that it was better to fully support the unfortunates than to allow them to procreate. And that's a summarization, but that is the essence of his quote. Perhaps I will do a video in the future to better cement this point and to bring it home. But I'm talking to you about this today because I felt inspired by Rob Schneider's words. I do not see myself as a victim. God gave me a voice. God gave me a reason to be alive. And I believe a big part of that reason was to help wake America up. For Americans to realize who we are as a people, who we were founded to be. And we've strayed from that grossly since I've been alive, before I've been alive. At the beginning of the progressive era, they thought they were going to create this progressive utopia. And it's done a lot of damage to the Republic. Even today, we have strayed far, far from what the founders' original vision and intent for this country was. But I'm not telling you this as a victim. I'm telling you this in hopes that my story would inspire people to be better, in spite of when all the odds are stacked up against you. You still have the choice, my friends. You still have the choice in this country to decide who you want to be. So yes, I know life is hard. Believe me, I know that the economy sucks. But do not give up. Do not squander the gifts that you were given by God. Do not squander your life complaining and whining about how you wish something could be, and be the change, even when it's hard. I'm here to tell you that those are when the victory is really won. When all the odds are stacked up against you, and you still come out on top. Why do you think films like Rocky are so inspirational to people, even today, long after it was made? Because you have a nobody who rose to be a champion. I started out writing articles voluntarily for 3 years. I wrote with nothing to show for it. And eventually, I got to meet my friend, Glenn Beck, a man who has inspired me to do this from the very beginning. I started listening to Glenn back in 2014. And I said, you know what? One day, I hope to be a commentator on the radio, just like Glenn. And I wrote articles day in and day out, almost, for over 3 years. I'm not telling you this to tell you to feel sorry for me. I'm telling you this to inspire you. You can be whoever you want to be in this country as long as you have the testicular fortitude, men, to do the hard work, even when the odds are stacked up against you. I met my hero and now call him my friend, because of hard work that I did for no monetary value. And I would do it all over again. And now I'm making videos, most of the time in my driveway, talking to you about news and politics. I'm not getting any money for this right now. I'm doing it because I care. Now, hopefully, one day I will. And I have faith in God that I will. But I have to do the hard work. The same is true of you. You have to do the hard work. Even if nobody else around you can see your vision, you need to be firmly reliant upon God and trust in the abilities that He gave you, and develop those abilities so that you can be the best version of yourself. And I thank God that even today in 2026, with all the economic hardships and all the things that we have stacked against us, I'm still grateful to live in this country where a person can make videos in their driveway and still become something. And I will keep pushing. So my encouragement is to you today, no matter what you do, whether you're doing something like me, or you're a dog catcher, or someone who takes out the garbage on garbage trucks. If you've got a dream, don't ever, ever let that dream die. Keep pushing, keep doing the hard work. Hard work and consistency pay off. I'm an example of that. And I've fallen plenty of times, but I keep picking myself back up. And I'm grateful that I live in a country where I have the opportunity to do that. God bless you, and God bless the American Republic. If you agree with me that as long as someone does what they feel God has called them to do and have that testicular fortitude, do me a favor, like this video so that more people see it, share it everywhere you can, and subscribe to my channel for more content, because we don't believe in whiners and complainers around here. We need an army of people who are willing to do the hard work to clean up a mess that was never ours to begin with. But if we want to keep our inheritance, we need to be those people. And I want to surround myself with those kind of people in this country today, which I know still exist. So do me a favor and also hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.